So let's talk about the difference really quick between generalized anxiety disorder and panic attack. So if you've had a panic attack, you probably know. So I feel like this video might be for people who are just starting to have that experience. Um, I This is completely off the cuff, so forgive me. I don't even have notes or anything. So I'm just yammering here. But I've been thinking about it for like 2 weeks, so I thought this is not going away. So I really feel like it's something I'm supposed to do. So let's start with panic attack because generally that's people can have a panic attack who don't have a generalized anxiety disorder. So I used to sing, started singing when I was like in junior high in church and at school and stuff like that. And um, if you've ever had to get up in front of people and speak, or if you've had to sing, if you play sports, situations like that where you are called upon to perform in a way, you know what anxiety feels like. Your heart rate goes up. You just feel like that pounding in your heart. Your palms get sweaty. You might feel your digestion try to kick in. You feel nauseous, and it's kind of overwhelming. Honestly, that is what a panic attack feels like. Only with a panic attack, there is zero reason why that you should be feeling this way. Like a lot of times, the first time people have a panic attack, it's when they are at rest. Um, my first panic attack, I was just had gotten my daughter to bed, and I was laying down, trying to go to bed and trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden, that feeling of just that wash of it's adrenaline. It's a wash of adrenaline that comes over you. My heart rate showed my heart pounding like crazy. Felt like I was going to throw up. So I went to the bathroom, had to use the bathroom, all that stuff, and just tried to breathe through it. And after a few minutes, it calmed down. So panic is really your adrenaline kicking in for no apparent reason. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no reason behind it, because it's usually stress. It's usually a performance type of mentality that we have. Like we have to do things a certain way. Normally, people who have panic attacks on a regular basis are really high performing people who really care a lot about um, results. They care what people think. Now, it doesn't always have to be type A personality because I'm definitely not a type A, but generally, it's people who really just how things are done are really important to these people. And they usually happen to people who pay a lot of attention to their bodies and how they feel. Now that's not 100%. I'm just saying that that's usually my case. I have always been very in tune with how my body feels, how I'm feeling emotionally, and that has affected me in you know panic attacks. So I will also say there are instances, like there are physiological reasons for why they're more prevalent, I would say, in women, and um, more prevalent just because, not because we have, like, not, anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So we're just talking about the differences between anxiety and, like, between panic attacks and an anxiety disorder, which is a more, something that you feel every day. Now, I had both for about 14 years. So a chronic, I don't want to call it chronic because I firmly believe that we can heal from this. I certainly did. And chronic just means that it's all the time. But it was chronic for like, I would say 11 of those 14 years. That type of a generalized anxiety disorder is more of a low grade. Um, the best way for me to describe it is to, like, it's a low grade electricity that's in your body all the time. And you feel like not jolts, but I don't know why this is getting dark on me. Anyway, maybe it's just me. I'm going to turn there we go. Hey, that's much better. My dimmer was going on. So I felt like I was just connected to this really low voltage surge of electricity. Many times I would wake up in the middle of the night and just have surge of energy flowing through my body. Not necessarily heart pounding, but I would feel adrenaline in the middle of the night. I almost always, for several years, I woke up in the morning just kind of, just like, wow. I mean, just keyed up, like adrenaline going, um, and just hard time sleeping. Just, you have your days and your nights mixed up a lot. You're super tired when you wake up in the morning, and it takes you a long time to get going. And we tend to live on caffeine when we have a generalized anxiety disorder. Um, and also, I would say this goes with panic and generalized anxiety. It's a lot of mental pressure, a lot of mind stuff going on, those thoughts in your brain of something's really wrong with me. Um, and just that was on repeat in my brain for years. Something's wrong with me. Um, I'm sick. Something's wrong with me. The doctors can't figure it out. When honestly, the doctors were just saying, "Yeah, you probably just have anxiety disorder, and you're 41. You're going into perimenopause," which was absolutely true. But back to how it feels. So generalized anxiety. So along with the low grade feeling of being plugged into an electrical current, it's just that it's a buzzing. It's literally a buzzing feeling in your body all day long. I would say also the thoughts, like intrusive thoughts, pretty much 24/7. Um, Sometime I'm going to do a video about a spirit of fear. Yeah, we're just going to do a video about how fear is a spirit and how it comes in there and can affect us and how we leave doors open for it. Anyway, nausea, 100%. I felt pretty much all day long. I mean, it really didn't let up that much for a long time. I felt a low grade nausea all day long. Not like I was going to throw up, but just like how you feel when you're coming down with a stomach bug. Just that, oh, not pain, but just that feeling of general unwellness. And I felt like I didn't realize it at the time, but I would sigh constantly, like, and my poor husband just didn't know what to do with it. He just started saying, "Well, that was a big sigh," which bothered me because all I could say to him was like, "I just really don't feel well. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing about it." I was doing everything that my doctors told me to do. I was taking hormones. I was doing all the supplements that they told me to do. And I just still felt like crap. And so the generalized anxiety is something that I believe is even in some ways that's harder to tackle or to heal from than panic attacks, because those are just like, I mean, they're both hard, don't get me wrong, but that's the difference. And I think generalized anxiety is more where people feel like I'm going crazy. Like there was a time when I remember it was fall, it was beautiful. I live in southern Idaho. We have gorgeous falls here. And I was sitting on my front porch, which is just wonderful and peaceful. And I remember sitting there just with that buzzing feeling really bad that day and intrusive thoughts. And it buzzes in your brain. It buzzes in your whole body, but it's in your brain too. And I felt like I'm going crazy. At any moment, any day, my neighbors are going to call my husband and say, "I don't know what's going on, but we saw Kim running down the street naked today. And is she okay? What's going on?" I felt like I was going insane because the thoughts are just intrusive. It feels like you can't control them, which is a lie, absolute lie that you can't control those thoughts. But you have to get to the point where you understand that a lot of them are either they're not your thoughts. They are your brain trying to stay in survival mode, but they're also spiritual in many ways. I think there's a link to those. I'm not an expert on anything like that. And I'm certainly not a medical professional. I'm just a mom who's lived through it and I've gotten to the other side. And so that's why I'm here sharing. So I thought you guys might want to know. I just felt like I was supposed to share that difference between a panic attack, how that feels, and generalized anxiety. So if you have things that I didn't mention, put them in the comments. don't forget to subscribe. I'm just going to be here talking about anxiety and panic and menopause and all the stuff that we as women have to put up with throughout life. I probably won't talk about all the stuff, but you get the picture. So anyway, drop a few things in the comments if you feel something that I did not mention. A lot of people talk about feeling like they're not connected to their body. There's so many other symptoms that go along with it. So let me know in the comments what yours are. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you later.